Sold houses to whom? Ben? Fucking Aquaman? Get the fuck out of my establishment! Alright guys, I didn't see you here. What's up?
Ko, what did we say about bullying Ben Shapiro?
No, we are not making season 2 a political channel, a political season. A new season for a new political channel.
You don't want this to become some more news.
Oh, also, season 2! Season 2! Season 2! Season 2!
Season 2!
Just as I was about to close... Shut the door, will ya? I'm gonna turn the lights off. I don't think we locked it yet. And I guess then we just record in the dark, I don't know.
Okay, wait, I'ma go check the door. CBF?
Oh, you've gotta be fucking shitting me.
The door won't open, CBF.
Oh shit, and then the lights are... Oh my god. As soon as we reopen this place, it's fucking haunted.
You know I can just blow up the door, right?
Maybe let's not do that?
I'm just saying, it's an option.
Yeah, true. Because that's gonna come probably out of my tab and the tab of any other employees that work here, so let's not. I just started making money.
It's ironic that the first time we're getting a haunting, we're not on the Soyokaze.
Indeed. But anyway...
Okay, here's my plan, because we don't want to damage the cafe, now that it's re-renovated. Kaiser.
Allegedly.
We're just going to sit here
Allegedly.
till morning, because alas, I'm a Kamen Rider, not a robot, and I can't go-go gadget lockpick. So we're just gonna wait here till morning,
Not with that attitude.
till somebody comes and unlocks the place for us.
Gotcha. Oh, man. So, fuck my life.
That said, Halloween episode!
Yay!
Anyway, just to start us off with a brand new season. Let me see. I might be out of practice here, but hello everyone. Code Blazing Fate Tenu here, internet's sparkiest music nerd. And we're back here for another review of my penis.
What the fuck?
Yes, it is. Its girth is, I'd say, around, you know, a pretty good 7 to a light 8, I'd say.
I thought we were reviewing Goblin Slayer.
Let's talk about something a little
less likely to get us cancelled.
Okay, let's talk about something a little more PG-13, like Idaten. That has absolutely no controversial stuff about it whatsoever.
I mean, to be fair, it can't be that controversial because despite some of the stuff in there, no one fucking talked about it.
Only because nobody saw it.
Checkmate, liberals.
There can't be much discussion about something that is underwatched. But anyway, Ida 10, yeah, that was a fun show.
That was fun. That honestly.
It's one of the few shows I've seen lately that is absolutely a farce. It's just like, oh hey, these 8 to 10 are so fucking overpowered compared to the demons that it's just that they're constantly readjusting the goalpost of what they can get away with, from let's kill all the demons, mainly all the angels or whatever, to let's kill one of the brats, to can we survive long enough to start repopulation.
Sounds like a Friday afternoon for me.
So Friday night is a constant reminder of your failure and shame. Just like with Lelouch.
Just like you.
Yes, I am Lelouch. What about it?
Does that make me Suzaku?
Yes.
I don't want to be Suzaku!
I mean, you are pretty over dramatic like him. Let's be kind of frank on that.
What? Me? Dramatic? Never. Can I be, I know. Can't I be like Clovis or somebody? I want to be Clovis. Or that mad scientist guy on the Britannian side.
You do not get to be Lloyd, motherfucker.
What, wasn't he like, I don't know, engaged to like somebody? I don't know, I forget. I haven't seen Code Geass in a long time.
But anyway, the Code Geass episode can come later.
Okay, Mao, Crulla, I don't want to be Suzaku.
Bitch.
No, fuck you, I'm not Suzaku, I'm not even a Code Geass character, I'm Yoshikage Kira, deal with it.
Fuck, so that explains the tie. Damn it!
So what you're saying is that you jerk off to women's hands. Very, very informative, Lone Crit.
Speaking of masterminds and jerking off, Miku was definitely a character.
Yeah.
Even Halloween is not gonna stop me from being classy, though, just saying.
The quote-unquote variety.
Now, what about masterminds?
At this point, by the end of the show, it's kind of just... It's not even Dr. Obami leading the demons anymore. Well, he's still having to do shit in the background after his body gets destroyed. But it's mainly just Easley trying to outsmart Miku. Them just doing cat and mouse games on each other after everything goes to hell for the demons. Following what I was surprised to know would be the assault on the entirety of the kingdom that the demons are stationed in. I thought that would be like endgame shit, but no. Episode 8 is just like, alright, we got everything. We already brainwashed some of the other demons, including Peacecolot, the hot one, and then now it's just like, alright, we are gonna launch an assault. And remember when I talked about how how the Ida 10 normally don't actually give a fuck about the humans they're supposed to be protecting?
Yeah.
Rin is the funniest example where it's just like, alright, why don't I just destroy this entire kingdom and get rid of all the demons? It's like, no! There are a lot of people living in this place. That will cause so many wars and confusion, and we really don't want to deal with that. That will be a pain in the ass, considering we're already stationed up in Hotaina and dealing with other countries.
I see how it is. So you're fine with genocide in Slime Isekai, but you're not fine with it here. Very interesting double standard, CBF.
No, I'm not the one who's saying that. Easley and the other characters are the ones that are just like, can we not give ourselves more headaches to deal with?
So you are pro-genocide, even more interesting.
Shut the fuck up.
Listen, we can talk about why genocide is actually based later, but can we talk about why this show is based
You mean like
first?
Cosmo?
Because what... Yes. In a lot of ways similar to that. Because, like... The fights in the show, even like further and further in, are pretty entertaining. And as much as you would think like the plot stuff in regards to like the demons and their freaking politics and all that shit going on would be not very entertaining at all, it surprisingly does what I think dumb fun shows like this should do best, is to just have these things be addressed enough that it gets us to point A to point B without distracting much of anything.
And looking awesome.
Yes, especially because the show decides to do the trick of, alright, let's put the exposition on like 2x speed. Like, literally, you hear it speed up whenever Easley or Peacecolot are narrating about
hilarious.
like the lore and shit.
The lore. They literally did the freaking God Eye Somebody Used to Know meme in real time, like in 2 times speed.
And weirdly enough, the show starts to care a little bit more by the end, where it's just like, oh, some of the characters come in and say, hey, what happened if humans and demons tried to actually like coexist or whatever? And it does get like a smidge more serious, but not too much to the point where it stops being callous and juvenile, albeit to a fault.
By the way, I just want to interrupt you to say I'm very sad that none of these angels or demons are Shah customs. Only 2 times the speed.
Listen, we can't all have everything we want. Except for me, who made a new video. My very first video on my own,
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, you disgusting shill.
Fucking Ruby fans and haters, alright? Fucking hate dumb motherfucker over here. HTDM.
Don't ever fucking say that. I will ban that word from this fucking channel, dog. Listen, Unicorn of War can like come back or do whatever, however he wants. I will always blame his ass for making up the phrase hate-dom.
Wow, Kaiser, you got really triggered there. I didn't expect that. You really subverted my expectations.
We can...
Yes, it is the Ruby critic equivalent to the N-word, and it's not even accurate. It's not!
It's a good thing that you yourself are blind, otherwise we would be in a lot of trouble right now, Kaiser.
It literally is. It's fucking stupid, dog. Like, it's offensive on an intellectual level, rather than a freaking racial thing.
I just want to point out, actually, Kaiser's blue, which makes this whole thing so much worse.
Oh no! Well, we can go by when he was a human.
Okay.
I am the transracial icon this show needed.
Okay. Anyway, any fucking way. But yeah, Idaten,
Yeah, Idaten.
probably one of the raunchier shows to not actually be classified as ecchi. Makes sense because, Amahara, he's the one who did Interspecies Reviewers. So yeah.
Oh, he did.
Oh, wow.
It's the same dude? That explains everything, dog.
That's actually kind of amazing.
I know the manga remake was done by Kokia Oshinja, who, Dragon Maid and some other stuff, like Peach City, Riverside or whatever, but the original material was Amahara. So yeah, that does explain everything and why they really want to revel in all the sexiness of the characters and whatnot. To quite a degree that I admit sometimes when it gets to like them whole hashtag sexual assault thing can be a bit on the troubling side.
Okay, we're fast forwarding that.
Yeah, because that's just the one tiny blemish in what's otherwise an actually good action spectacle. And yeah, it's just one of those shows where it doesn't give a fuck most of the time. And that's what's so good about it.
Yeah, it actually has the imagery and like the effort put into the presentation of the characters. It actually enhances the fact that it knows how dumb it is instead of dragging that shit down, which is how Gar shit like this should be.
It's actually focused on presentation being fun. Like, even the episode title cards are often baked into the landscape themselves sometimes. Like in the clouds.
Yeah, like High School of the Dead.
And the colors, whenever they shift. Apparently some people have a problem with that, but it sets a precedent enough so whenever it changes sequences or something crazy happens, normally there's gonna be a color shift. It's not just random for the sake of random.
Yeah, also, how do people have a problem with that, but they didn't have a... So it's fine when JoJo does it, right?
Shut the fuck up. Everything is fine when JoJo does it. Every single thing.
Oh yeah, because you're totally unbiased, Lone Crit.
We're not saying it's not fine when JoJo doesn't. We're saying it's fine when Idaten does it too. Because it's probably the closest anime is ever gonna look to something like fucking Cruelty Squad.
By the way, before we continue, I just remembered, I was saving this for our next proper recording, but in the spirit of the holidays, I got you guys headwear.
Ooh, me like.
Nice.
Fucking pumpkin dudes.
Hey.
Alright, well, I appreciate this. Don't really feel anything, but
Imagine a pumpkin harrow.
Too bad I'm red right now.
I think that's probably a thing. That better be a thing.
Yeah. I got some pumpkins for Halloween earlier today, as a matter of fact. Maybe I'll try and cut one of them to look like a harrow. In honor of CBF, one of my best friends, and an absolute king.
Thank you, good sir. Thank you.
Listen, if you want to jerk him off, can you do it in the other room? Like, Jesus.
Doing the same room where Miku just keeps everyone.
But yeah, that sounds like really cool idea.
Wow, Kaiser, that... I'm not even gonna say it, it's just... My god, Kaiser.
Alright, my bad.
By the way, CBF, because I know you wanted to really go on about this, did you see Slimy Sakai, the finale?
Yes, going from one show involving demons getting their ass kicked to another, this time, we actually get to see Clayman.
This time being probably way more embarrassing.
Yes, way more embarrassing. Because Slime Season 2 Part 2 is also a farce. But instead of being about demons just getting mollywopped by a bunch of gods, it's just the story of Rimuru and Clayman being the biggest short-sighted imbeciles way in over their head. But especially Clayman.
Yeah, but isn't Clayman awesome?
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Isn't Clayman cool?
Did you see when he beat the shit out of Milim?
Did you see when he turned into a monster?
Did you see when all of his limbs got severed by Shion?
Did you see when he made the robot man and it got beat up by the robot woman?
Did you see when he got destroyed by a glorified mook?
Yeah.
Did you see Veldora? Isn't Veldora cool?
Didn't you see him do the Kamehamehas?
I saw the Kamehamehas. Did you see the Kamehamehas?
Oh my god, the Kamehamehas!
Anyway, Veldora is also just a breath of fresh air for the show in general, but back to Clayman, because honestly things were...
Clayman is the best thing, the only good villain in the show, the best villain in the show.
low bar, but
It's a very low bar, yeah.
I was about to say.
I was starting to get bored by the second half, but he kind of ended up making up for it. Just him and Rimuru both just trying to one-up each other, even though most of the other Demon Lords know better than them of what's going on. Because it turns out everything was all a ploy just to fuck Clayman over. When he wanted to fuck everyone over to be like, I'll show them calling me weak. I'm angry right now. Just like the fucking, when a high school kid just like, I'll show them, and goes for full-on school shooting and shit. That's the equivalent of Clayman.
CBF, you can't make that joke on
Yes,
here.
I am, and I'm autistic. That's what my people do.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
His space autism, Lone Crit. You forgot that I'm a new type?
As long as you don't go do the school shooting, we good.
Clayman effectively tried to do the kingdom shooting.
Yes. Well, multiple kingdom shootings.
When Clayman was getting absolutely wrecked by Rimuru, I felt kind of bad for him. But then, when they did the whole friendship power-up and the whole thing with the clown party and just him refusing to sell his friends out and actually showing a bit, his real pride and shit, that was the only time in all of Slime Isekai when I felt something.
Damn, not even during the best mini-arc with Shizu.
Not even during the best mini-arc with Shizu, no.
So what you're saying is that you don't have a soul. Got it.
Yeah, okay, well, that felt very by the books, but then when Clayman had his whole thing, where he was like, no, I refuse to sell out my friends. Fuck you.
Him just trying to do the villainous version of the power of friendship. I do think there should have been more time with that, earlier, but either way, it's still surprisingly alright. And the best part isn't even when he's, like, getting defeated and he's just like, you know what? Yeah, Lapras was right. I should have relied on them more. Not my bad, guys. The best part is actually when one of the Goonies shows up and tries to beat up Lapras, and then tries to be like, ha ha, your best friend is dead. And he's like, bitch! Just goes for like a fucking epic combo, and then you see the Valentine guy try to defend against that, and you just see him get mollywopped before it's like, oh, by the way, I ripped your heart out. You didn't have time to react. Smashes it, and then starts laughing as the blood drips down, and he's like, ah, man.
Just gets super triggered and all like, omae wa mo wa shinderu.
And then just starts solemnly thinking about how the rest of the party's gonna think about Clayman dying. How, like, Tear's gonna start crying and Fruit's gonna start getting angry. And he's just, like, laughing because that's all he can do as he starts to cry.
Oh yeah, that was really nice. Also, I really just... First of all, Killua did it first, never forget. Secondly, I really love how for a change we get villains that feel like a family and a unified group and who give a shit about each other. Truly revolutionary, I know.
Especially coming off the heels of part 1 with the other worlders that are just like, oh, we're just pure puppy punchers and shitbag bratty humans that will kill each other at a moment's notice just to get each other's powers.
Or the obligatorily, practically faceless religious kingdom group that is against furries and monsters because they think they are the heresy and the big gay and they violated the law.
Too bad that the production volumes themselves still kind of tanked again for a little while until the final episode with just that fucking epic combo that Lapras did.
Yeah, but one thing I really enjoy about this season is just the way that the comedy is just a step up.
I guess. Can we honestly just end this now? I feel like we've gone over Slime Isekai ad nauseum so many times. This entire thing really just boils down to Lapras and Clayman have massive dicks.
And Veldora.
And Veldora is the shit. Let's be honest. This is all of this. This is all of this.
Because Rimuru is no longer carrying the show at this point. He's stupider than Shion now. Shion's the one who noticed that Carrion, who got destroyed, is actually still here. Even though he didn't, which is like, she never met him. How does she know? And anyway, yeah. Slime is the 6 out of 10 franchise, it's fine. 8 out of 10's better.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. What a glowing review, CBF. Slime Isekai Season 2.
It's fine.
It's fine.
The best part of a 6 out of 10 franchise by being closest to a 7 as it can get.
This season's definitely a 6. Yes.
Yeah, as opposed to being an actual 7 like Konosuba.
No, that one sucks. An actual 7 is 8 out of 10.
You suck. Fuck you.
You suck like a prostitute.
Yes, exactly. Code Blaze Fate 2021, exactly like a prostitute.
We can go over my Konosuba hate boner another day, but anyway.
By the way, has any of you guys, okay, in keeping with the Halloween theme, because this opportunity won't come by till next year, has any of you guys ever seen Pet Shop of Horrors? Have you heard of Pet Shop of Horrors?
Yes.
I saw it at one point back when I was, I think I was 19 or whatever, and I saw a bit of the OVA. I don't think I ever finished the whole thing, though, but I remember enjoying it.
It's 4 episodes, dude.
Listen, like, I was watching a bunch of OVAs at the time, and I just somehow forgot about it. You see, this is the problem with having a human body and human brain, okay? I have all this information I can use now, right? And nothing gets forgotten, okay?
We have superior memory and RAM.
I would say I'm a robot elephant if I didn't blow those up.
Okay, bro. But yeah, okay, so I've got a little bit of a funny story about this. When I was in high school, I woke up one day just feeling sick or something. I didn't want to go to school. Definitely played it up a bit so I could avoid going to school. And so I stayed behind. I was chilling in my nice little desk in my nice little gaming chair. And I arbitrarily decided to watch all 4 episodes of Pet Shop of Horrors that morning. And for those who don't know, it's an episodic series, just like the manga is, as far as I know, mostly episodic, and it's basically about a mysterious androgynous guy called Count D, who runs a pet shop for oftentimes supernatural or bizarre creatures that run on,
Don't you mean Count D's nuts?
on gremlin... No, I mean Vampire Count D.
Bloodlust.
I still need to see that one.
The new types, where 2014 never left.
We're us being 14 never left, you mean?
Exactly. Yeah, anyway though, who sells pets to people who run on Gremlin's logic? They always have 3 rules, and it's always about what these things and their supernatural properties represent to the people who get them. So for example, there's one woman who lost her daughter to a drug overdose because she couldn't take care of her properly and was basically a horrible enabler. And she got a rabbit, quote-unquote, that looks like a girl. Basically, she did exactly the same shit, it just didn't say no to her, and things went to shit.
Oh dear.
That's one example.
Wow. Okay.
So what do you guys think about that premise?
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Definitely.
I feel that, like, this...
Didn't you watch that episode, Kaiser? I think that was like the first episode.
Yeah, I think it was like the first or second one, I believe. The details get a little bit muddled since it's been so long since I saw
I remember that episode being just nightmare fuel. Like these white-ass rabbits with these really sharp, jagged teeth, red neon eyes.
That kind of reminds me of some, like, the imagery from the Beastars manga a little bit. Of course, not specifically with rabbits.
I totally thought you were gonna say Watership Down or
No,
something.
oh, that's another good example, actually. Holy shit.
I don't even want to think about that. I've never seen it, but I've seen pictures and shit, and I've heard the rabbits crying, and it's so fucking terrifying. That is actual nightmare fuel.
Anyway, to lighten the mood for a bit, Lunkert, are you saying that a horror anime is actually being scary and horrifying?
Well, it's certainly unnerving. That episode was creepy.
What a novel concept.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I recently watched a little bit of Tales from the Crypt. It reminds me a bit like that, because Count D, he always gives the people who rent the animals warnings. He's not, like, evil or sinister or anything. He's always very blunt. Don't do this or this or this, or there will be consequences. And usually, people do the thing that they're not supposed to do.
But I take it he still revels in and laughs at the fact that they just do the stupid things.
Oh, no, it's not like some...
So it's not like Laughing Salesman.
No, it's not at all like what Laughing Salesman. Count D generally seems pretty alright, pleasant. He's not malicious or anything, and he doesn't revel in people fucking up.
Somewhat ambivalent to these things.
Yeah, he's very above it all.
Yeah, it's sort of like a matter-of-fact sort of way.
It's kind of Tales of the Crypty, though, in how disconnected he is from everything. usually, after the people get the animal, it's just what they know they shouldn't do versus what they actually do. Another cool story is just about an actor who played a character in a part very similar to Star Wars, to the point where that overshadowed his entire life and overshadowed his sense of identity. So he wanted somebody to see, preferably a lover, to see him as a distinct entity, as an individual. And so he ended up getting sold a Medusa or Gorgon-like figure, and basically the main rule was don't take the blindfold off, or else bad shit will happen.
He took the blindfold off.
He took the blindfold off, and funnily enough, he and that creature fell in love, and when it looked at him, he turned to stone, and it ended up looking at itself as well, and basically turning to stone, being forever with him.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, one of the reasons he wanted to be seen and witnessed as himself, too, is because he was trying to get other parts in Hollywood, but he couldn't. But funnily enough, he was just about to get a part at the very end, but he already turned himself to stone.
Yeah, I gotta stiff that knife in there.
I wonder if this is why Harrison Ford just hates Star Wars now, and anyone who references it.
No, see, that's different, because Harrison Ford was also Indiana Jones.
Yes, among other roles. But
Like,
yeah,
Harrison Ford
like-
will always be Han Solo and Indiana Jones. In fact, to me, he's more Indiana Jones, to be honest.
Oh shit.
especially with what Disney recently did with him, but that's a different
Didn't he?
subject. But
Itty
yeah.
bad.
Didn't he? Didn't
Disney very bad. Disney very bad. Disney evil. Fuck the Disney.
he?
Yes.
Be evil. Fuck Disney.
Fuck it to death.
Wow,
Yes.
I know. This did not go the way we envisioned. Fuck corporations, but I don't think we want them to be anthropomorphic, so then we can actually do it literally.
But yeah, anyway though, Pet Shop of Horrors, very short, very sweet, you know, very quaint, very atmospheric too. It's slow and atmospheric, which sounds contradictory because the episodes are normal length, but it is what it is. Anyway though, you guys know any cool Halloween anime since 'tis the season?
Well, now you guys really think about it, I don't think we ever really discussed what I believe to be one of the better recent shonens, actually.
Blaze Blue?
Oh, fuck off.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yes, Blaze Blue.
No, yes, Blaze Blue. The game that has been out since, like, I don't know, fuck it, what was
2008.
it, 2001? Fuck.
To be honest, I give so few fucks about Jujutsu Kaisen, I'd rather hear about Blaze Blue.
Damn. I still need to watch Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm probably gonna like it. Also, Koshune ED is goated.
Oh yeah, it's...
Maybe?
Yeah, it's a decent show. Like, basic premise is that there are these cursed spirits and shit, or yokai or whatever. And of course, there's always gotta be an organization that tries to stop them. But the main character, who was in the midst of, like, grappling with the death of his grandfather, gets roped into this organization because he ate one of the cursed fingers of basically the big daddy of all demons, Sukuna.
Suck your nuts.
As you do.
As you do. Which they actually do a lot of interesting stuff with that, because with the way that, you know, how most evil alter egos in shonen anime kind of go,
It's just Bleach on the hollow form. Changed my mind. It's literally it. It's guy communicates with evil thingy inside him, makes contracts and shit, and compromises in order to be able to use his power.
So kinda like Naruto and the Nine-Tailed Fox, except it's consensual.
Okay, to be fair, Setsuna is more of a character.
but like Sukuna is definitely a lot more of a character, especially, and there are aspects of the contract that the anime didn't really get to, but it already gives the impression that he already has his own plans going on. So he's just kind of letting Yuji be able to use cursed energy just because he, number one, he wants to see what would happen. Number two, to just further things along.
Don't you just love when evil beings in anime do things for the lols?
Yes, absolutely. Like, the 5 minutes of Sukuna appearing and briefly, like, tussling with Gojo, who is, like, the strongest sorcerer, the Kakashi of this anime, was really fun, because you see him kind of, like, going from just pure elation at just looking at the new world into the, like, trying
The
to
whole new
tussle
world?
with this guy when he's only a whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes.
Well, Sukuna has multiple eyes, so I think that'll be fine with him there.
I love you guys so much. You guys are the best.
Thank you, King.
Love you too, dude. But like, yeah, the show in general is really decent. Fights are incredible, very well animated. Mappa has just been killing it lately, which is why I'm super excited for what they'll do with Chainsaw Man, which I'm super excited about.
Honestly, I'm apprehensive because, Kaiser, you and I have discussed this before, but I don't really care for the way Jujutsu looks. At least relative to the manga, it just looks so, watered down and lifeless in some ways. Like, the manga looks so Halloween-y and kind of spoopy, and the anime is just like, has like such strong colors, such defined lines, shit like that. The animation does sometimes get kind of experimental with some of the spirits, but generally speaking, it's like, it just looks like in-shirt shonen anime but with a darker color palette. Like,
I kind of get that because, like, I'm currently up to date with the manga as well, and I really like the way that Gege, or Gigi, I don't know how to pronounce their name.
Gege
no Kitaro.
Freaking
no Kitaro. Beat you to it. Fuck you.
Oh my god. But I really like the way they like draw the characters, because it has a sort of like semi-sketchy design, especially at the early parts, that really make it very much more impactful during like major battles. You see how it is with the directional lines when characters attack.
Oh, yeah. Like, I really love it when what's-her-name, like, has the nails and we see the flames.
Oh, yeah, Nobara. Best girl, Nobara.
What do you mean it's not useless Miwa? That's actually what she calls herself at some point. I feel bad for her.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all that matters is that she's not like Sakura. Hashtag not like Sakura. Hashtag never like Sakura.
Longpred, that is gonna start a massive flame war again. Let us not get into the Sakura useless debate. Let us not.
That is the bar we are at. I love how that is the bar we are at. I'm all here for it, buddy.
Well, say what you will about Shippuden, but Sakura and just like normal Naruto is like the benchmark of female leads. It's like, you must surpass Sakura.
Yes.
Hot take, Noelle, Black Clover, very cool. That's more
even
like female heroines in like shonen be like Noelle.
I mean, that's not even a hot take at this point.
It's not now, but remember how it used to be? Like when she was just introduced?
Yeah, you mean when freaking Black Clover was like public anime enemy #1?
I will actually die on this hill of Fairy Tail isn't that bad. But that's another story for another day.
Fine, die then.
Yes, but Black Clover's still better. It's still better.
Is it better than My Hero Academia? Yeah. Hold on.
Here's a wild code Blaze Fate in his natural.
Sorry about that, what happened?
Kaiser and I were just discussing the idea of making a documentary on you.
Yes.
The Life and Times of CBF.
By the way, let's not like do a whole thing on human stories because we are way too into the podcast for that.
Did we rightfully say that Fairy Tail is better than My Hero Academia?
No, listen.
No.
Dog.
No.
Listen.
No.
Listen.
No.
Listen.
No. No.
You want to have that debate, man? That is all you. I'm keeping my ass out of it. I'm keeping my black robot ass out of it.
Just do it on your own time. Write a script, make a video, we will put it on the New Types channel, but leave us the fuck out of this.
While we're here, let's face off the Demon Slayer fans too. Let's do a battle between Black Clover, Kimetsu no Yaiba, and fucking My Hero Academia. The quote-unquote modern Big Three, even though that concept should never exist. The Big Three was its own thing. They've done the fuck out of it.
Yeah, can you imagine just CBF going rogue? Suddenly on the New Types channel you get Fairy Tail is better than Black Clover and My Hero Academia, actually. And Demon Slayer. Anyway, though, CBF, I will mention that Jujutsu Kaisen does, I think, have quite a few aesthetics that may appeal to you. It has, like, shonenified yokai, straw dolls, I think it has voodoo dolls, it has nails, you know, like, spiritually enhanced nails, that kind of shit, if you know what I mean. Like, for the straw voodoo dolls. Oh, and it has one monster that looks like the hand creature from Pan's Labyrinth.
Ooh, dang.
Yeah, it does. I think that was like in episode 3 or something. Ironically, when Nobara was introduced, I believe. Also, another thing I gotta note, the series in general has a very, very good, like, power system. Cursed energy is pretty basic.
You have a very good power system.
Thank you.
So unlike Ruby.
Yes, it's everything Ruby should have been, but it isn't.
No, we are not making this a Ruby episode.
Fairy Tail's better than
Not
Ruby.
yet. Not yet. Okay, that we can agree on.
Jujutsu should at the very least go down as one of the quintessential spoopy Halloween anime, like,
Yes.
with Soul Eater.
Oh yeah, like the actual creep factor, especially in the manga, is excellent. There's this one scene, I believe, where one of the main villains, Mahito, who kind of looks like Discount Shigaraki, but with a much more consistent character, fight me. Anyway,
We want to go to war with all the shonen fans, don't we? The Great Shonen Ninja War.
Can you imagine Lone Crit, Code Blaze Fate, Kaiser Shonen versus all the 12-year-olds, all the tweens.
Let's get 1-to-1 in this fight, bro. I'm up for it. Get me and him in the boxing match.
We're about to throw hands with kids. Let's go.
Yeah, somebody like send this to What the What on Twitter so he can join us on this. We can just do an Avengers Civil War, like 2 crowds running at each other, 4 of us versus the tweens. Let go.
Although he probably won't like us for the Sakura takes because he's of the opinion that she's actually a good character.
Yeah, also, he and I will probably disagree a little bit on the quality of Kamen Rider build.
But that's not a shonen anime, Lone Crit.
You're not a shonen anime, CBF.
Of course, I'm a mecha anime.
Yeah, back to Mahito though. So there's this scene, because the way that Mahito's powers work, it's basically fucking body horror. The way it works is that he can literally touch you in any way possible, even with his cursed energy, and he can morph and shape you the way he wants to. He can even do it to himself, which gives him like probably the best regen in the entire series.
So it's like Shion's cooking from slime.
So like that one guy in My Hero Academia who went way under the radar.
Which guy?
Dude, there was literally a guy in My Hero Academia who made people into meatballs.
Well, you're right, it did go under the radar then.
Oh yeah, that dude. Yeah. But no, the way that Mahito does it, like the meatballs don't come from him. He just touches you and turns you into either a monster or a meatball.
Speaking of which, CBF, little spoiler for Slimy Sakai, later on, that's what they do to the king.
Oh, I've heard that that's what they do to the king and his victims. They glossed over that in season 2, which is like, oh, the other prisoners were already turned into body horror by Shion as she was torturing and interrogating them. Why did they gloss over that? I wanted to see that, damn it.
Yeah, like that movie Basket Case or whatever the fuck it's called, where you have the, like, disgusting mutant twin thing in the basket. That's what they do to the king. They actually have him be just like that guy that gets put in the Amazon box from the newest season of South Park.
Oh my god. That's great though. But like with Mahito, he is experimenting with his powers a little bit because like he's a cursed spirit that's basically it's kind of similar to Shigaraki in a way that his progression is tied like directly to
your
his
depression,
powers, basically. Not like shut the fuck up. I know what the fuck you're referencing, you douchebag.
Hey, you referenced it earlier. Why don't I get to?
True. By the way, watch my video. Anyways, he basically invites this kid named Junpei who is gonna be relevant in the plot for an arc a little bit during that time. And like, you see this panel, the dichotomy between like a small little pea that is actually a person just transformed using his curse technique, and like this big mass of like, I don't remember if it's like multiple bodies or one body, but it was just so fucking scary, especially with the freaking sketchy art style I talked about from earlier. I think black and white just suits the series much better. But the anime does a decent job.
That's the impression I get, and that's what I also get with, like, the grunge of Chainsaw Man.
Why is Mappa, like, it's probably the most criticized black company now that we know things about what's going on, but between this, Ida-ten, Chainsaw Man, like a whole bunch of stuff, they're just gonna continue having some of the best action animation of recent times.
Speaking of which, our thoughts on the conclusion of Make You Black Company, coming never.
I am glad nobody else is here because honestly, our takes have been scarier than the situation we're in being locked up.
Yeah, I feel that.
Actually, let's check that because I think the power outage is gone.
What do you mean you think? Either it is or it isn't. The lights would have come off.
Yeah, it's either the lights are on or it's not.
The lights here, I shut them off, but the lights outside, they're coming back on, boys.
Let me see. Let me try and flick the switch. Click. Nope.
Oh,
nope.
fuck.
Mm-mm.
For fuck's sake.
Oh, fuck.
Why is it just our building?
So, we're blowing out the door, right?
I don't know. Maybe this is Roger's vengeance.
Maybe we should have just talked about Blaze Blue. It has a Grim Reaper and a vampire in it.
Yeah, regardless, look, you know what, somebody will let us out morning, we'll be here next week, everything will be back to normal.
By the way, I wish the barista was here.
I am the barista.
I wish a different barista was here.
Get the fuck out of my shop the moment it comes open.
Never. I create like 60% of your income, motherfucker.
You and Kaiser create 11%.
Hey, I never wanted to contribute anyways. I don't know what you talking about.
With that said, see you next time on the New Types Podcast.
Bye, everybody.
Ooh, have a happy Halloween, even though this video will be past Halloween at this point.
And Dia de los Muertos. Now let's snuff out the candlelight.